Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another video. I'm your host, the OT Astartes, and we are rounding off the Matt Smith and era annuals with the 50th anniversary. So this was the annual for his last series. So let's delve in, and of course on the cover, because we have a picture of Matt Smith's series 7 part 2 costume, which was a bit of an upgrade from his earlier costumes. Of course, now he's got a waistcoat in addition to a bow tie, and his coat was a bit longer. And of course, he had a new time vortex, a new title sequence, a somewhat revamped theme as well, and of course, a new logo. So yeah, and as we go into it, we have a shot of the new time vortex. This was also used for the Day of the Doctor credits sequence as well. So we have our contents and a picture of the 11th Doctor from Series 6 or 5 and 7 Part 1. And then we have some of the monsters. Then we have 50 years of Doctor Who, because it was the 50th. And it basically talks about an unearthly child and how the Doctors evolved. And of course, there's a big happy anniversary thing at the end. And then the Doctor's diary. So this recounts the events from Asylum of the Daleks all the way to the name of the Doctor. And of course, we have New York, as was teased in the last annual. And then we have Strax and Vashta. And of course, Clara. Yeah, this series was all about Clara, wasn't it? And then it basically says here, throughout the annual, you got to hunt for 3D drawings of some of the monsters. So we've got an Auton, the Devil, Clockwork Robots, Dalek, Empty Child, Krillitane, Slitheen, Sycorax, Werewolf, Rachnos, Carrionite, Dalek Sec, the mutant Dalek Sec, Scarecrow, Toglafane, Angel Thing, the Heavenly Hostman, the Voyage of the Damned, the Adipose, Pyrovils, Ood, the Wasp Thing, Vashta Narada, the Beetle Thingy from Turn Left, Jadoon, Silent. I just love how the picture of the Silent is basically just him looking as if he's forgotten something or confused, because that's the whole point of the Silent. We've also got some classic monsters here, so the Vok robots, the Sea Devils, the Hemivores, that was it. Zygons, of course, they return later on. Sutek, the Minotaur, the guy played by Julian Glover. And then a fact file on the TARDIS. And then basically TARDIS consoles throughout history. And then 50 amazing facts about the Doctor. They need to fact check number 7, I think. Yeah, well, the new canon just breaks that. And then, of course, we've got more facts. River Song, Rassilon. And then 50 years of the monsters. So basically 50 iconic monsters from this series. So the Daleks are number 1. And number 50 is the Zabri. And then a Weeping Angel Maze. And then we've got a comic strip with 11 and Clara. Clara Oswald. And then we've basically got a fact file about all the Doctors. And on the side, if we tilt it this way, we've got History of the Companions as well. It's kind of a shame that they don't talk about Big Finish here, because the Eighth Doctor had a lot of companions and other Doctors as well. Of course, we had Charlie, Lucy, Molly O'Sullivan, Liv, Helen, well, there've been a lot of companions. Hector, Hex, Rain. And then we move on throughout to New Who. Of course, 9, 10, and 11 are appropriately on the same page. And a shot from the companions of the 11th Doctor. Then a thing about Clara Oswald. Of course, the thing is, I liked Clara, right? Up until they killed her off, then they didn't. Right? Why would you bring back Clara Oswald? Why would you resurrect a companion that you've already killed off? I mean, I just think she should have stayed dead at Face the Raven. And then we have a thing about a 50-year delay. And then a Spot the Difference with Asylum of the Daleks. Then the Great Intelligence, because he was a big villain for this series. Another comic. Fact file on the Ice Warriors. The Cybermen. Right, Dave. There's a quiz on Doctor Who. 50 questions, of course. And I love how the 50th question is the answer to that is Doctor Who. And I love also how they've used Patrick Troughton's Vortex as well. And then a game about Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, which was obviously that episode where they all went in, where that we had a kind of a tour of the TARDIS, basically. Of course, there's Clara Oswald. She looks pretty nice there. And then the Doctor Who magazine. And then basically the answer page. And that rounds up that. And of course, at the back, we've got that 50th anniversary artwork of all the 11 Doctors. God, how time flies by. And how I wish it was 2013 again. So this was $7.99 back then. Wonder how much it is now. But anywho, yeah, so that just about ends this review or analysis. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. So goodbye, good night, and follow the buzzards.